Hello and welcome to today's lesson. In previous lessons we looked at the minor arpeggio and how to add the notes from the arpeggio and structure our scales to improvise over the minor chord. Today we're going to look at the dominant seventh. The track that you heard on the intro there was simply a D7 chord, suspended, just one static chord. We're going to show all our examples to start with. We're going to keep them in the key of A. And before we get started, let's tune up. I'll give you my low E. Our A string. Our D, fourth string. Our G. Second B. And finally our high E. In today's study we're going to look at how we can approach soloing over the dominant seventh chord. In the previous lesson we had a look at how we built our scales and notes and choice up on the minor seventh. Remember, only three types of chords: the major, minor and dominant. So today's study we're going to focus in on the dominant chord and use the same approach. We're going to look at the arpeggio, we're going to add the three colours, and then we'll include the outside five notes. And by doing this process, indirectly you're using every scale basically possible and every choice. We'll also look at the scales separately. But to get started, we'll build our arpeggio from, we'll use the E form of the dominant seventh. And I'll play slowly for you the arpeggio. The root, major third, fifth, flat seven, and we'll repeat the next octave. Root, major third, fifth, flat seventh, root. And I may include the third on the top E string. Let me play that for you smoothly. Okay. You can see how that outlines perfectly the sound of the chord. So it's a great place to get started. We want to be able to view this arpeggio not only on the E form, but on the G form, the A form, the D form, etc. So a good starting point would be to just take time and plot out maybe the D form. Okay, maybe the C form. Let me play that again for you slowly. Root, third, fifth, flat seventh, root, third, fifth. Oh, oops. Okay, and always have the picture of the form that you're referring to. The A form, root, third, fifth, flat seven, root, third, fifth, flat seven. Always refer to the form to generate the picture, that when you look at that form you can see clearly the root, the third, the fifth and the flat seventh. And what we do now is we build up gradually then that we complete the scale by adding in the colours. So the first colour we'll add will be the ninth. Remember, 7 and. So the ninth is going to be exactly the same as the second note in the scale. So in the case of A7th here, it'll be a B note. So always think 7 and. So we'll try the root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7th, 9th. There's our B note sitting there. There's our 3rd, 5th, flat 7th, 9th. Again, listen to the effect that the colour has against the chord. That is important. Okay, now we'll move to the 11th again, our rule, 7 and. It'll be the same as the 4th note in the scale. So we'll try the root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7th, root, 3rd, the 4th. Be aware of that note. And also in the lower octave. So now we've targeted two notes that are not in the arpeggio, the 9 and the 11. Or we could also call them the 2 and the 4. And our last colour, now we'll look at the 13th. It's 7 and 6, the same as the 6. Root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7th, root, 3rd, 5th. There's our 13th. And just an example here, when we play a dominant 13th, that's the colour of the 13th. 13th with a 9th. I think you get the idea then on the chord spelling that these colours, if we can spot them, they can be invaluable to building our chords